Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got a get ready with me video for y'all today, playing with some newer makeup. I've also got other things that I grabbed in here just in case I needed them for the look. But we've got some newer things to play with and you guys can see them in action. New L'Oreal face products, some new stains from e.l.f., cheek blushes, things from e.l.f., these from NYX, like another thing from e.l.f. from e.l.f. for the lips. I'm getting tongue-tied today. But we're getting ready together today, playing with some makeup. And yeah, if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do get ready with me's, new with drugstore videos, favorites, empties, just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, this is the finished look. Let's get to playing with some newer makeup. Okay, so let's jump in. So I have my skincare on and my SPF already. So starting with this product, we'll see about this. This is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Hyaluron Tinted Balm Foundation. Skincare foundation with light to medium radiant coverage, minimizes wrinkles and fine lines, non-comedogenic formula, and I got Rosy Light 02. So when this came in, and I went to swatch it to see if I picked a good color match, I was rather surprised, which I shouldn't have been, because I think the description kind of tells you. I mean, it says balm. It's very balmy and just super hydrating looking, which is great if that's what you're looking for. But I have combo oily skin and it's warm outside. So I don't think that this is gonna probably work for me. And I don't know about putting this all over my face, so I'm gonna try this just on my cheeks. I'm gonna get a foundation brush and just kind of bounce this on. I will say when I swatch it on my hand, at first I was like, oh my goodness, this is so just like glossy looking, but it's almost like it kind of set down into my hand and looked less shiny after a little bit of time. So maybe. Did I already say this? So I'm just gonna try it on my cheeks because my forehead is where I get the most oily. And even I feel like it's not grabbing onto my nose, which is not unheard of. I mean, most foundations kind of do that, but they don't really like stick to my nose. Anybody else? Like what is up with the nose that it doesn't want to grab foundation? I think this color is working. Let me see, does it have a scent? I don't think it has a scent. Let's see. Yeah, really not grabbing to my nose very much. Definitely hydrated looking on my skin. It does come with a little like sponge sort of an applicator, which I'm sure that would, you know, work just fine. I think it looks okay. I think it looks fine. I think this is gonna be more personal preference. Like maybe if you have really dry skin, you would probably really like this because it has so much of that balmy sort of a feeling to it. I feel like this is almost, I mean, I don't wanna say it's accentuating texture, because I don't think it's to that point, but I don't know. I'm not instantly in love with it. I think it's just the thought of, I used to wear foundations like this though, so I don't know why I'm like, about it. Like this was like a potted compact sort of foundation. That is what I started with when I first started wearing. I wore like powder foundation, and then there was one from Clinique that I wore years ago that was kind of like this, but it wasn't as balmy as this is. But honestly, like now that it's on my cheeks, yes, it has a glow, but not as much as it was looking like on my hand when I first swatched it. So I'm gonna put it just on my cheeks, and then I'm gonna use my Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation on my forehead. So there's that little bit of Alter Ego eyeshadow primer, and then I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics Brow Powerful on my brows. I'm gonna set my eyeshadow primer and go over my brows with just a little bit of face powder. And this foundation, this balm foundation, there are also like balmy blushes too that came out. But when I was looking up like swatches and stuff of it, it just looks so balmy. I think it's just gonna, like, for people with dry skin, I bet you'll be so excited for a product like this because, you know, if your skin is just so dry, where just everything sits on top of it, and it's just needing that hydration, your skin will probably love products like this. But my combo oily skin, it'll just, like, you know, make it disappear probably in an hour. So I didn't get any of the blushes for now. I might get curious later, but I didn't get any for now. I just got this to try. And I don't hate it, but I'm not, like, super excited about it. Okay, so I've got a, like, product like this, like a, what would you call that? Like an eyeshadow in a little squeezy tube. Sort of like a liquid shadow, I guess? I don't know. So I'm just going to do like a basic eye look. Just a little bit of MAC Malt all over my lid and into my crease just as a first step. Okay, I'm also going to get a little bit of Rosy Rendezvous and Soft Brown and put those, like a little combo of the two, in my outer corner and blend over. Just a real kind of basic sort of an eye look to start with. And then these are the NYX Lid Lingerie Cream Eye Pigment Eyeshadow, up to 24-hour wear. And I got two shades. I got Push Up Pink and Lacy Lilac. I think I might use like a combo of the two. We'll see. Let me show you swatches of them. So this is what it looks like. And I find that this is like a thicker sort of a formula. Like it takes a little bit of, like, you know, pressing on it to get it out of the packaging. So, that's interesting. It's more liquidy than, oh, that's weird. It's more liquidy than the first time I used it. So, oh, it's a little bit strange. It's like the liquidy part was kind of like, it wasn't staying all mixed together. That's weird. Okay, so there's what it's supposed to be like. So it is kind of a drier, thicker formula, but then apparently there is some, you know, kind of liquidy ingredients in there that kind of tend to, I guess, I don't know, sink to the bottom or something. So there is the Push Up Pink. Let me get this one open. And then this one is Lacy Lilac. Let's look at a swatch of this one. Whoa, that's very purpley. Very purpley. So that's what it looks like. Again, I'm not super wowed by this. It's fine. Well, maybe. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it in a swatch there, that's pretty. I think there's a little bit of a learning curve with these, is I think what the situation is going to be. So I think it, you know, a lot of makeup is like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the colors. I'm going to get a little bit of the Push Up Pink and a little bit of the Lacy Lilac, and I'm going to kind of mix them together and apply it to my lid. I think so many makeup products are kind of like that, where there might be like a learning curve. You know, you just kind of have to figure out how to work with the formula. So it all depends on, you know, do you want to fiddle with that? Do you want to do that? And as somebody who loves makeup and loves being creative, I really don't mind that. I mean, it's great if it just automatically works, but if a product has a little bit of a learning curve or needs a little bit of tweaking, it's not an automatic, I'm not ever going to use it kind of a thing. I like those mixed together. I do think that they kind of sheer out quite a bit. So it's like you have to kind of build them up if you want that really intense sort of a look as I blend them. I find that they kind of sheer out. So again, not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just kind of getting them, wrong brush, getting them, and then just kind of mixing them together is what I'm doing. Just kind of like this. And I think this helps with application too. Like kind of getting it onto your hand and then onto the brush. I think that helps with application. So there that is. I think it ends up being pretty. Is it going to be my go-to liquid shadow or sparkly shadow to use? No, I don't think so. I think I like things from Moira better. They have a lot of great, like, pressed glitter shadows that are just really good, liquid shadows that are just really good, and I'm used to working with. So I'll reach for those more than these, but, you know, they're still fun. Makeup's fun. I also got this brush. I don't know how new this is or if it's new at all. This is the Wing It liner from e.l.f. Wing It liner brush from e.l.f. So I'm just going to get a little bit of a pencil liner on this brush and just kind of blend this out on my eyes. Kind of an angled looking brush. Oh, wow. Wow, that was easy. Oh my goodness. If you struggle with doing wing liner, that was very easy to do. Wow. I like this brush. This is cool. I just decided to give it a try. I didn't think that I would be super wowed by it, but that worked really well. Using It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Do y'all ever have days where, like a few days in a row, where you just feel like some of your lashes on one of your eyes, they're just like not cooperating and behaving? That has been the lashes on this eye the last several days. Like, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know, they're just like kind of clumpier than the other eye. Who knows? They'll sort themselves out in a few days. Adding a little bit of e.l.f. color corrector, and I'm gonna using this, and then I'm gonna top it with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the brightener shade. I have makeup all over my hand, and a little bit of the Essence Silky Blur in 150. That balm is working fine with concealer over the top, so that's nice. I'll put some concealer on my nose. Let's see if it actually sticks. Okay, then gonna set my T-zone with my Ben Nye Luxury powder. And then the rest of my face with the Doll 10 TCE Super Coverage Serum Foundation in Fair Light. That balm is actually looking really pretty with the rest of my makeup over the top of it. So I do like that it kind of like sets into my skin, doesn't look overly oily, and it sets down with a setting powder, or, you know, like this is a powder foundation, really nicely. I'm actually like, it's growing on me. Let's put a little bit of MAC Malt and a little bit of Rosy Rendezvous just right here on my lower lash line, just for a little bit of definition there. Then just a tiny bit of liner, kind of more almost like touching my lashes. Just a little hint of it. I like to go along my outer part of my eye just to kind of reapply liner right in there. CoverGirl Clump Crusher over the tips of my lashes. Okay, I'm removing swatches. I will say these cream shadows are difficult to remove. So that's a benefit of them, is they seem to be long wearing. Like once you get them on there, and that sometimes is the trade-off, you know, with formulas, that the ones that have good longevity can sometimes be a little bit more challenging to work with. At least that's a lot of times what I find. Like if they're really like they adhere well, then sometimes they can be a little interesting. And I'm so excited that e.l.f. came out with some new shades of their Sheer For It blush tints. I love these so much. So I got two of the newer shades, So Petal and Mauve Actually. That's cute. Mauve Actually and So Petal. So let's look at some swatches. This is adorable. I love this one. This one I have already fallen in love with. I'm gonna swatch it on a tissue so it's not on my hand for the rest of the day. This is what these look like with the little applicator like that. Let's look at a little swatch. So there is So Petal, beautiful kind of pinky berry shade. And then this one is Mauve Actually. So let's see about this one. This looks like it's gonna be a lot deeper, richer, kind of more of a grape sort of a color, less bright, less pink than that one. Beautiful, like I think I will love that one in the fall. So I'm gonna use a little bit of So Petal on my cheeks. I find that the key with these is just don't do a ton of blending. I like to just kind of get the product on there and do the least amount of blending possible. So if you can kind of figure out how much pigmentation you like and how much product to use, I find that that's kind of the best way to get good blend with these. I don't think that they're difficult to blend though. Like I just think if you, well, I mean, they're a stain. So I think if you go layering a bunch of different layers and tapping a bunch of times, things can get weird. Like I probably got too much product there, but I think that ended up blending just fine. Put a little tiny bit on my nose. Such a cute pink. I love these. I think you can layer them a little bit too, but I'm gonna put something on top of it. So I'm not gonna layer it, but they definitely build on themselves. But again, I wouldn't do a ton of building. But I love them on the lips too. I'll use it on my lips later. They are great. Okay, then I got, let me get sorted out here. Then I got a couple of these from e.l.f. These are the Soft Glam Cream Blush. And it says Makeup Cosmetic for Natural Flush Finish. It says a buttery cream blush infused with 2% shea butter and nourishing 1% sunflower seed oil that glides on smooth and melts into skin for an effortless flush with a dreamy satin finish. Natural looking finish, melts into skin, buildable and blendable, soft diffused finish, 7 gorgeous shades. Yeah, okay. So let's try these out. I got 2 different shades. Let's see, I got pink on it and heat check. Pink on it and heat check. Let's look at these. So they open up like this, okay? So open up that way. Here they are. I don't think they have a scent to them. Got leftover swatches I couldn't get off. So there is pink on it. Yeah, pink on it. That's very cute. Just a sweet pink. And then I love these kind of bright reddish pink sort of shades. So I got this one, heat check. Let's look at this one. Oh, that's cute. It's a little more orangey than I was expecting. A little more orangey red than pink. Let's go with the pink, but that's really cute though. I'm gonna use also the small stipple brush for this. And I like to go ahead and get the product on my brush first, usually with a stick kind of cream blush. You could definitely apply it to your cheeks directly, but I almost always apply it to the brush and then apply. This is blending like a dream. That's so pretty. I love it. That is beautiful. Just the right amount of glow, not over the top. It layered nicely with the cheek stain. Oh my goodness. I love these for sure. Then I got one of these, the e.l.f. Main Stain Lip Liner Marker, which I'm not a huge fan of kind of the lip liner stain marker things, but I thought I would try one. Long lasting lip color tool for precise lip definition. And it says a buildable long lasting lip stain marker that lines, contours, and fills in your lips for transfer resistant color and a natural looking finish. Life-proof lip stain marker delivers high pigment color with serious stain power. Multi-use felt tip applicator precisely lines, contours, and fills in lips. Buildable pigment with a natural looking finish. Transfer resistant color, no touch-ups needed. So I got Mauvelous. That's what it looks like. Let's look at this. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of these kind of products usually. I just don't find myself reaching for them very much, but I thought I'll give it a try. So it's a mauve-y sort of color. That's probably going to be on my hand for a long time. I like the shape of the applicator. You can definitely get a precise line that then you can fill in with the wider part. Doesn't really move. It's definitely more of a marker stain. You have very little time to kind of lick your lips and move them together to kind of distribute, but it pretty much stays where you put it. So there's that. It's pretty. Yeah. I mean, I think for what it is, I think it does what, you know, these kind of products do. Like if you like these sort of products, I think you would like this one too. It seems like other ones I've tried. I do like the shape of the applicator. I like that you have a little bit of playtime, that you can kind of move your lips together a little bit, like, you know, lick your lips and move your lips together. You've got a little bit of blending time, but not a ton. Okay, I think I'm gonna top that with just a little bit of a lip gloss. I grabbed a few options. Let's just use this one. The Clean, Fresh, Yummy Gloss from CoverGirl. I don't know what this is. Sugar Poppy, I think. Just for a little bit of shine. Okay, so here's the finished look. This is a more dramatic lip on me. I think that's part of it too. Even though I tried to like pick a color that was pretty close to my natural lip color, this is deeper and looks a little bit more dramatic, almost like a fall lip color option for me. But here's the finished look. So overall thoughts, these I think they're fine. They're not going to be my go-to for sure. I am so excited about these. I love these. I especially love, I forgot to use this on my lips, but I already had the stain. That's okay. I've used it on my lips before and I love it. I love this color. I love this pinky berry. Really love the formula. I'm so excited about that particular shade. So, so fun. I love these. This is so beautiful. The blend is beautiful. I will definitely keep reaching for these. This kind of surprised me, honestly. Like, after all said and done, this surprised me. But I don't know that it's going to be my go-to. I just love, like, there's just things I already love that I reach for all the time that I think I'll keep reaching for. I don't know where this brush went. But this little brush, the angled brush, I really like that. And there's this, you know, we already talked about that. Oh, here's the brush. So anyway, that's the get ready with me, playing with some newer makeup. Here's the finished look. Hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. Please hit thumbs up if you did. Let me know down, Let me know down below your thoughts on these products. I would love to hear it. Ask me any questions that you have. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.